Hey, this is Tim at the Rockford Show, and I'm here with
Kris Gailbreath.
Kris Gailbreath. What do you do with the Blue Stars?
I do the choreography and movement for the corps.
Sorry, that's really interesting. So, what's your background? Like, what did you brought you to this point?
Well, in 2010, I started my drum corps experience, and I marched Crossman in the color guard, and then
Cool.
I marched Blue Devils 2012 through 2015.
Wonderful. Okay, what did you march? Your color guard.
Yes, color guard
okay.
as well. And then during the winter, I teach CGT, and Michael Shapiro.
Wonderful. Yay.
And he has an amazing influence, and he has taught us so much. And we were lucky enough to have him come along, and he asked me to.
So that brought you here.
Blue Stars, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. So you're teaching the horn and drum line their choreography.
Correct.
Okay, so that's really interesting. So it's all about being cold this year. So what kind of things are you doing to help us figure that out?
I mean, a lot of the things, the uniform helps a lot with that, with the fur pieces. And,
right, because they look like they're in a cold place.
It does. I promise they're not as hot as they look. So
right.
Good.
It's all smoke and mirrors, people. Smoke and mirrors. Okay.
And then we have a lot of themes in the choreography. I mean, the easy one, it's very cold.
Right.
The warm your hands here. So I mean, there are a lot of details that kind of help out. The white tarps definitely help to create that snow environment. So a lot of the small details, but also the costuming and props help a whole bunch.
So when you're writing movement for winds and percussion, it can't be, they usually don't have the dance experience that a color guard person does.
No, they do not.
So how do you adjust for them as opposed to when you're choreographing for a guard?
I don't adjust too much. We definitely start at the basics, and we'll build from there. But a lot of times we'll start with the simple concept of what that choreography is. So maybe we'll just start with the feet, and then we'll let them kind of work on that a little bit and mentally prepare for something additional. And then we'll add on the hands, and we'll add maybe the spine to it, or not in that particular order, but we'll usually add on in layers.
Okay, that makes sense. So they don't have the dance experience, so you sort of teach them more methodically, layer by layer, put it together. Whereas a guard person, you can sort of say, let's do these dance moves.
Yes.
Do you coordinate with the guard choreography team, I'm assuming, to sort of make the looks be the same?
Oh, absolutely.
How does that work?
Absolutely. Actually, a lot of it happens kind of in either casual conversation, and I'll be hearing about what the color is going to do, and that'll work out for the horns, or vice versa. But a lot of times I might see an effect that the color guard's doing on the field, and there's an opportunity for the horn line to share in that moment. And so it really kind of we grow as we go.
Very cool. So when you're not doing drum corps, what do you do out there in the real world? Obviously you're teaching color guard stuff too. But
I teach at many schools in the DFW area, so I try to stay busy. I usually when I leave from one place, I'm late to another, so I stay busy.
You're man in demand because you do good work.
I hope people think so.
We all have seen it. So. You do great work. So anything else about this year's show that you want us to know that people are watching that they should look for? And we've talked about some of the things you've added choreography-wise. Is that a word? Choreographically?
Yeah.
That's not a word. Anyway, what else would you want us to take away from the show as far as what it's about, or what you might want people to know?
If you all get the opportunity to see multiple showings, I think the development of the show is a really cool thing, because while they're doing a lot of cool stuff out there, there are so many layers to still be added on, and I know even today we've added 3 or 4 things to the show that weren't in there last night. So the continuation of the character development, the continuation of the choreography, to really portray that they are answering that call of the wild.
You mentioned character development. How does that work? Like, are you telling them the type of person they are, or like how do you get them to be in character? Is there a way you guys do that at the Blue Stars?
Yeah, we're really lucky, and we have somebody who does that at Disney professionally for their job. They're actually character development, so they help out a whole bunch, and they do a lot of character exercises.
Very cool. Okay, so we'll probably talk about that later. So, all right, and then the show's about cold, multiple viewings. You said that the show develops. I think people might not know that. You guys come out so ready. Like, I saw you guys the first show. I was in the cinema, like a lot of people. And I'm like, okay, holy crap, like, they're so good already. But the point is, what makes these shows so special is all those details that are added day by day by day, right? So, like you're saying, if you see the show all throughout the season, there's more to it to see.
Oh, absolutely.
More layers added.
Absolutely.
So don't judge the product only by what you see the first day, but there's going to be more and more and more. It gets more and more in depth, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I guess that's the point. So, thank you for talking to me. You're great.
No, thank you so much.
All right, thanks everybody for watching.
Find other interviews and videos from top DCI designers, instructors, and marchers, behind-the-scenes videos, interviews, and podcasts from winter camps, spring training, traveling during the season, and performances, all at marchingartseducation.com/DCI-2019. The Marching Roundtable is proud to be an official media partner of Drum Corps International.